Pro mode versus photo mode. What is the difference? A lot of people are in photo mode because it's going to automatically adjust a lot of the settings for you. So it's going to adjust your exposure, your ISO, and shutter speed, as well as your focus. You can tap and click around and that will help you a little bit. But in pro mode, you actually get to manually adjust all the sliders. You can click on ISO, shutter speed, and even AF your autofocus, as well as a couple other settings. You just get a little bit more control. You're going to have a second benefit in Pro mode. You're going to be able to take raw DNG photos. So this is going to be a larger photo versus a JPEG. It's going to be a 20 megabyte file versus a 2 megabyte JPEG. And you're going to get a lot more editing options, more color adjustments, as well as highlight and shadows and everything, just more editing. And you'll get a lot better features out of that. Those are the main two differences, but we can go a little bit more specific into the S20. A couple of limitations actually as well. In photo mode, you'll get your telephoto and your ultrawide lens. In pro mode, they don't have that yet. So hopefully Samsung adds that. You can probably email them and request that because that's a pro feature that most people want. And then other little things like at the aspect ratio at the top, the 3x4, you have the 108 megapixel mode in the photo. But in pro, we do not have that option. So that's a kind of a limitation there. And then in photo mode, you have a couple other little things that will auto help you with. So scene optimizer is usually turned on. I actually turn that off. That can help you with the colors a little bit. Some naturey scenes, maybe food. It'll do different things like that. And then one more thing, HDR, auto HDR. It'll detect whether something's too bright and something's too dark in a photo and take a couple pictures and kind of merge it together, get you high dynamic range in a photo. And that is very useful sometimes. Sometimes they don't turn out too well, but I haven't played around with that too much. But in Pro mode, you don't have that. A couple other apps, maybe like Lightroom will have the HDR raw photo. It's an experimental mode, but you have to look around and play with it if you want something really in-depth. But those are the main differences between the photo and Pro mode. More auto features in photo, a little bit more manual control over Pro. And maybe in another video, we'll talk about specifically a RAW versus a JPEG photo and how different it is to edit them and the more things you can do. So with that, we will be signing out. Pew, 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 pew.